Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Rampage review, AEW Rampage review for the 30th of, or actually 29th of October 2021. Some good stuff on the show, some stuff that doesn't belong on national television. It seems to be the current theme with both national promotions. Anyway, Excalibur, Taz, Jericho, and Starks, Igor commentators. Um, One of these things is not like the other. Anyway, um, Bryan Danielson defeats Eddie Kingston to advance to the finals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. They do tell a great story. Danielson, the better traditional style wrestler, and Kingston being stubborn and not wanting to quit and being tough, dueling. Let's go, Eddie. Let's go, Brian Chance, starting things off. Kingston sends him into the ropes, hits him with a hard chop. Both men are cautious early, and Danielson catches Kingston with kicks and chops in the corner, but Kingston countered with several machine gun style chops. Danielson comes back with a flying clothesline and drop kick in the corner, and the action picks up a little bit on the floor. Kingston tosses a folding chair around ringside, showing actual frustration. Good thing here. Back in the ring, Kingston tries to control Danielson on the mat, but Danielson maneuvers his way out of it. Danielson looks annoyed that he can't put Kingston away quickly. Great mannerisms by both guys as far as facial expressions are concerned, and starts to work over the arm. Kingston comes back with a knee to the midsection and a bunch more chops, exchanging headbutts. Kingston hits a drop kick to a pop from the crowd just because it's out of his general wheelhouse. Kingston backs Danielson into the ring for more chops and to take control of the so basically the slowdown there, for lack of a better term. And they go into the picture-in-picture break. Back from the break, Danielson knocks Kingston to the floor. Danielson then follows up with flying knees. Kingston catches him with a salto suplex on the floor. Kingston then goes in and goes into the ring, takes the count-out victory, but Danielson got back in the ring before the 10 count. Kingston then hits another salto suplex for near fall, locks in the stretch plum. Danielson gets to the ropes, breaks the hold in the process of that. Danielson basically gets beat to heck, and then sets up Danielson for a superplex. Danielson breaks things up with a headbutt, and there are almost an overabundance of headbutts in the match. Danielson comes back with top rope superplex, and both guys go down. Danielson makes it to his feet first, and they go into a strike battle. Kingston wins the exchange with an enziguri, but Danielson comes back, hits a hook kick and the yes kicks into Kingston's chest. Danielson then hits a running knee, but Kingston drops down to avoid it. Danielson comes back with elbow forearms, and then locks on the Fujiwara armbar. Kingston fights out and counters into a DDT. Both men recover and exchange strikes again. Kingston goes for an enziguri, but Danielson blocks it. Kingston then hits a spinning back fist, and both guys go down. Kingston crawls over to Danielson, but crawled into a triangle choke. Danielson rained down on Kingston's head with elbows and then locks on the choke, and Kingston has no choice but to pass out. And this is probably one of the better matches in AEW history, but it shows what it means to have an actual talented guy in there who can bring the best out of somebody. Eddie Kingston's talented, but he's raised to a whole nother level through this match. During the break, Danielson tries to show Kingston respect with a handshake, but Kingston walks away. Tony Schiavone interviews CM Punk, then interrupted by Eddie Kingston screaming about his loss off camera, and Kingston gets in CM Punk's face, calling and then Punk calls him unprofessional and asks Kingston if he wanted to go to sleep again. Kingston and Punk had to be separated, and they probably are going at it in full gear. Then we drop into the more independent style of things. Dante Martin with Lio Rush defeat Matt Sydal 10:58. Promoted as third match in a 3-match series. Sydal wins the first two. Match was okay. Seidel gets in between Martin and Rush early, and Rush is trying to coach him. Martin is, I don't know. Anyway, Seidel then tries a snapmare on Martin, but Martin lands on his feet. They go back and forth. Martin hits a springboard shotgun dropkick off the top rope and sends Seidel to the floor. Martin follows up with a springboard moonsault to the floor, and then the show goes to another picture-in-picture commercial break. Back from the break, Martin hits a Gamagiri after being dominated during the picture-in-picture. Seidel then gets Martin with a hook kick, and Martin's selling is pretty good. Seidel then follows up with a standing basic, bunch of knees to the midsection. High sunset flip for near fall. Martin hits a double foot stomp on the chest and standing on Seidel for near fall. Martin then goes to the top rope, but Seidel catches him with a jumping Rana. Martin gets a crucifix for near fall, and Seidel goes for the lightning spiral. Martin manages to get out of that, and Martin comes off the top with a double springboard moonsault and holds Seidel down for 3 count. Commentators then were quick to give Rush a little credit for Martin finally getting over the hump and getting the win. Some people calling this a great match. I think it's just a stylistic thing where if you like that sort of thing, it was good. If you don't like matches with limited psychology, it wasn't that great. Mark Henry moderates the Abaddon and Britt Baker face to face. Abaddon growls and spits up blood in response to Henry's questions. It looks like Abaddon doesn't have a comment. Baker's stooges then play this up, and Baker talks. Abaddon leaves. Anyway, card rundown newly announced for next week's Rampage: Red Velvet versus the Bunny in the TBS tournament. Wow, what a drop off that is! John Silver versus Adam Cole. And ultimately, there are no new matches made for Dynamite. Britt Baker with Rebel and Jamie Hayter defeat Abaddon non-title trick or treat, no disqualification, 7-27. I do not think Abaddon should be on national television, let alone in a match with someone as talented as Britt Baker, but Baker tries. Abaddon hits a stunner early, and then Baker goes to the floor to get help from her friends. Show goes to commercial. Back from the break, Abaddon hits a senton on Baker, who's under a chair. Abaddon uses the chair in the corner. Baker sends Abaddon headfirst into the chair. Hayter and Rebel pull Abaddon out of the ring. Abaddon then pulls Baker out of the ring. Baker hits a swinging neck breaker for her trouble on Abaddon onto the table, and the table didn't break, which is never good. Baker then goes out of the ring. Baker hits a swinging neck breaker on Abaddon on the table. Abaddon tosses Baker back in the ring and found a sack of thumbtacks. Gee, how predictable, under the ring. Stark says, I hate these bags. Abaddon pours the tacks onto the mat. After a struggle, both women teasing bumps into the tacks. Abaddon drives Baker into the tacks with a Uranagi, but this only got a near fall. Baker comes back by throwing a chair at Abaddon's face. Baker then uses the chair and gives a curve stomp to Abaddon with the assist of the chair. Baker goes for the glove, and Abaddon sits up. Baker then hits a look of sheer terror on her face, and then super kicks Abaddon. Baker grabs a bunch of tacks and shoves them in Abaddon's mouth, and super kicks her again. Baker then goes for the lockjaw, but hesitated, sticking her fingers into the mouth of Abaddon. Abaddon grabs Baker's hand and bites down on her fingers. Hayter and Rebel interfered. Abaddon goes after Rebel and bites her on the face, which allows Baker to roll up Abaddon for the pin. Again, Britt Baker should not be wasted in segments like this. A show worth checking out, if for nothing more than the Daniel Bryan and Eddie Kingston match. We'll be back with more right after this.